Visuals and welcome back channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week where we like to get right down and nerdy, talk about all the wonderful, weird, beautiful, magical, nerdy, silly little things that happen in this beautiful little nerdy world of ours because it's fucking amazing and we love to talk about it. This week's subject would be right, wouldn't it? This week's subject topic. Oh my god. This week we're going to talk about Marvel and DC counterparts, but more specifically, we're just going to talk about five random ones I can think of the top of my head as I was writing this. These are the five. There's a lot more than this five, but these are the five that I've gone for. And we're going to determine who do we think is better, the Marvel counterpart or the DC counterpart to these different but somewhat similar characters. I.e. example, we can have Black Cat and Catwoman, who aren't on the list, but we can have them. We'll say who do we prefer, and then hopefully you little legends in the comments below can say I prefer Catwoman, I prefer Black Cat, and we can put a tick in each box and say who's won this particular round, Marvel or DC. The thing is, because there's a lot of these to be done, you can let me know in the comments below if we want a part 2 to this, and at some point in the future, if you little legends do want to do it, we're going to do a part 2 with more counterparts, because we haven't included like Batman and stuff like that on this, or the Superman counterparts and shit. And like even some of these can repeat, because I know some of these you could argue with other people and whatnot. Well, no, some of them you can, but some of them there's an argument, because it's not actual science, is it? It's just okay, they're similar done, whereas, you know, there's a lot of characters that are similar or have traits similar to other characters from different universes, different worlds and stuff. But anyway, I'm making it too long and self-explanatory of an intro. We know what the crack is. We've got Marvel characters, we've got DC characters, we've got the counterparts. Who's better, Marvel or DC? Let's start with number 1. Not really in any particular order, we'll just go random. We'll go Hawkeye and the Green Arrow. Hawkeye representing Team Marvel, the Green Arrow representing Team DC. Who do we go on this? Right, they're both cool archers, we get that. Their skill sets are somewhat identical, they're great fighters and whatnot. They've got cool affiliations and alliances, they've got cool fun stories they've had individually in their own little comics and whatnot. But I think I'll edge more towards DC on this one. I think the backstory of Oliver Queen and the stories that I've seen him entangled with, whether it be Justice League stuff or him in the Green Lantern stuff or just the Oliver Queen stuff, the past of the island and all that. Even as far as like the TV show, the Arrow stuff, I loved all of that. I think Green Arrow and Oliver Queen stand out a little bit more than Clint Barton and Hawkeye for me. Suit-wise, should we have that as an element? I don't know. Suit-wise, green's my favourite colour, so Green Arrow's going to win that one. It's going to be Green Arrow for this one. So, but both amazing, you know, just as being generic, I guess, archers with not much more else going on. But Green Arrow definitely picks up the win. We'll go Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate. Now, this is a really interesting one because Dr. Fate, I always, you know, liked. I thought it was cool. But Pierce Brosnan's portrayal of him in the Black Adam film, even though the Black Adam film wasn't well received, I fucking adored it. And it gave an extra little step for Dr. Fate for me. And I thought, I like you a little bit more. So I am thinking a little bit more Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate. But no, just in terms of comics and history and whatnot, slightly different ways of how they both come out, the powers and whatnot. There's a bit more spacey, alien-y shenanigans going on with Dr. Fate and whatnot, isn't there? Instinctively, I want to say Doctor Strange. I feel like the stuff that we've got with him and what we've had in, you know, inside the Sanctum Sanctorum and whatnot, the relationships that he's blossomed throughout his times in the comics and even like the MCU and stuff. I feel like I can get behind Doctor Strange a bit more, and all the little goofy stuff as well. You know, the stuff with Wong, and even though Dr. Fate does have his cool and unique relationships with other characters. There's stuff like Wong, even like the silly stuff like the Cloak of Levitation and whatnot. A quick shout out as well to Benedict Cumberbatch, amazing portrayal of Doctor Strange currently, and Stephen Strange. But yeah, I think straight away I want to say Doctor Strange. I think he's definitely the winner in this round for me. So that's 1-1 at the minute. We'll go for Thanos and Darkseid. Now this one is a real coin toss. They're both final boss threats. I mean, there are powerful, powerful beings in the world of DC and Marvel and whatnot, but they've been the final battle. They've been the cause of so much struggle and pain and misery for their respective, you know, heroes that they go up against. They've both had their own unique and interesting arcs. Darkseid doing a lot of weird, crazy shenanigans. Like, I remember the cover when we did the New 52 3D stuff and seeing all the Justice League and whatnot on the deck, just absolutely smashed. It was a fucking awesome cover. We've seen Thanos, like, you know, the weird shenanigans with, like, Death and Deadpool and stuff. Right, let's quickly knock this one out of the park. I think Thanos easily beats the film stuff we've had. But that's purely down to lack of anything really we got from Darkseid. Yes, we got him in the Schneider Cut, whatnot stuff, but that was about it. Whereas Thanos, we had a lot more time with him, a lot more story around him and stuff. So I think it's unfair to judge him off that. Oh, it really is a fucking coin toss. They're both huge, massive, powerful, you know, titans in their own right and respect. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to say Thanos. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say Thanos. I think I've definitely been a bit more involved and a bit more invested in his arcs and his stories, whether it be Infinity Gauntlet stuff or even the silly stuff like I just mentioned with Lady Death and Deadpool and whatnot. I've definitely been a bit more involved with him, I reckon. So that was a bit down to me being a bit more biased, I guess, because like I said, I've more Thanos history than I do Darkseid. Even the Darkseid is outstanding and amazing. But no, I've said it now, so we're going to stick with Thanos. I believe going into this round, it's 2-1, isn't it? Next, we'll have Namor and Aquaman. I put these two together because, like I said, it was the five at the top of my head. But for me, I don't even know if there's much of a debate in this one. I love Namor. I love, you know, it was, you know, back in the day, the Invaders and whatnot, all that kind of carry on. Up with Cap, Bucky, the original Human Torch and stuff. The X-Men shenanigans, the stuff we had in AVX was cool with him. I enjoyed seeing him in Wakanda Forever. But for me, it's got to be Aquaman. I think I really can't see this stuff with his brother, Ocean Master, his iconic and legendary battles with Black Manta. The fact that we'll go back to films, the fact that he was turned from quite a heavy meme inside of the world of comics, being, you know, the blonde-haired fish fucker guy, to this badass, powerful, sexy unit of a Jason Momoa and stuff. Yeah, I think this one's hands down easily has to be Aquaman without going into any more thoughts. So yeah, it's got to be Aquaman, hasn't it? So that's 2-1. Now it's 2-1 going into the last one. Oh, and the last one's I've saved the last one for the best, and I haven't meant to. Now, in fact, I'm going to use this as the thumbnail. We're going to go for Deadpool and Deathstroke. Now, extremely identical in so many ways. The names are somewhat similar. Slade, Wade, the weapons they use, how they look. The colour scheme's slightly, obviously, not there. The biggest opposite between the two is obviously Deathstroke being a bit more stern and a bit more aggressive and a bit more no nonsense, no silly, no goofy, whereas Deadpool's the goofiest of the goofiest, the loudmouth, just bang, 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 silly, whatever, doing whatever he wants to do. This one is a really hard one. I've loved everything we've got from Deathstroke, from the rivalries with Batman, the head-to-heads with Green Arrow, the team-ups with Suicide Squad, the stuff we had in the Arkham Origins video. Get your butthole out the fucking, you dirty dog. Just chucking a bit of dog butt. I lost my trail of thought now. Yeah, the stuff we got in Arkham Origins, the stuff we had with his daughter and whatnot. Even as well, the healing factor and whatnot's a big part of the same, isn't it? But Deadpool's just the loudmouth, the merc with a mouth, the shit we've seen him come up against, the team-ups with Spider-Man, the team-ups with Deadpool. Even his video game was fun. Fuck, this one's a really hard one. It's whether you want the same character but a really silly version that's turned up to 1 million, or a really straightforward, straight thinking, straight shooting, angrier version. Fuck! Right, I'm going to have to go on instinct again. And I think because I'm an immature, loudmouth idiot myself, it's got to be Deadpool. Oh, even though I love Deathstroke and he's just so badass and amazing looking, and I wish we got more of him from the big screen and whatnot and live action and shit. Yeah, we're going to say Deadpool, which brings it to, that's 3-2. Yeah, we went 2-2, didn't we, to the last round. Yeah, it's 3-2, so Marvel pick up this particular first win. But fuck me, the Thanos one and this one were very, very tight. But we're going to say Deadpool. The visuals for our favourite counterparts, Marvel, DC. Who comes up on top, Marvel or DC? Let us know if you want suggestions for the next ones, whether you want to include like the worlds of Caps and the Thors and stuff of the Supermans, and we'll find their counterparts and go forward from that. Because that was quite fun and I actually enjoyed doing that. Maybe next time we should break it down a little bit more, talk about like the history when they did, because I just sort of written them down and thought we'll just go who do we like best. But yeah, maybe we should go in a bit more in detail. I'll spend a bit more time pre-video, post-video, pre-video, getting all written down and whatnot. But visuals, yes. My favourite Marvel and DC counterparts, round 1, First Blood goes to Marvel with 3-2. But visuals, let me know yours in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Remember, always keep being you and keep on web singing on, you beautiful bunch of bastards.